every day. We wake up and face new challenges. Sometimes we feel strong. Sometimes we feel weak. Some days are good, some are bad, but life is a journey, and every part of that journey teaches us something important. Today I want to share a story about a pot. This pot was not perfect, it was broken, but it taught a powerful lesson. This story is called The Broken Pot. Long ago, in a quiet village by the river, there lived a kind farmer named Rohan. Rohan worked hard every day. He carried water from the river to his house using 2 clay pots tied to a long wooden stick. The farmer would place the stick across his shoulders, and the pots would hang on each side. Every morning, he walked down to the river, filled both pots with water, and carried them back to his home. One of the pots was perfect. It had no cracks, no scratches, no holes. Every day, it brought back a full amount of water. The other pot, however, had a small crack on one side. Every time the farmer walked home, water dripped slowly from the crack. By the time they reached the house, the cracked pot would be only half full. The perfect pot was proud. It always delivered exactly what was expected. But the broken pot felt sad, weak, and ashamed. One morning, after many months, the cracked pot finally spoke to the farmer. With a soft, trembling voice, it said, "Master, I have something to tell you." The farmer smiled gently. "Yes, my friend, what is it?" The pot hesitated. "I am sorry. Every day, because of my crack, I lose water. I make your work harder. I am not useful like the other pot. I feel ashamed." The farmer listened quietly. The pot continued, "Why do you still carry me? I fail every day. I am not complete. The other pot is perfect. I am broken." Tears slid down its clay surface. The farmer shook his head softly and said, "My dear pot, tomorrow morning I want you to look carefully at the path we walk." The pot was confused, but nodded. The next morning, the farmer placed the wooden stick across his shoulders, like always. He filled both pots with water and began walking. The broken pot remembered the farmer's words and looked down carefully at the path. The road was long and dusty, but then it noticed something unusual. On its side of the path, there were beautiful flowers, roses, daisies, and colorful blossoms of different kinds. They danced gently in the morning breeze. The other side of the path, where the perfect pot hung, was dry, empty. Nothing grew there. The cracked pot felt curious but quiet. When they reached the house, the broken pot was only half full again. It sighed. Later that afternoon, the farmer approached the cracked pot and said, "Did you notice the flowers on your side of the path?" The pot nodded. The farmer smiled. "Those flowers grew only because of you." The pot was surprised. "You see," the farmer continued, "I knew about your crack a long time ago, so I planted flower seeds on your side of the path. Every day when we walk home, you water them." The pot's crack dripped droplets of life, helping the flowers grow. "I pick these flowers," the farmer said, "and decorate my home with them. Sometimes I give them to neighbors to make them smile. All of this is because of your crack. The pot's eyes filled with tears again, but this time they were tears of joy. I thought I was weak, it whispered. The farmer replied, your weakness became your strength. The perfect pot overheard the conversation. It suddenly felt jealous. I am perfect, it thought, but I never helped grow flowers. I only carry water. It realized something important. Perfection didn't mean purpose. Sometimes broken things bring beauty into the world. Days passed, and the broken pot grew proud of its crack. It no longer felt ashamed. It felt meaningful. It felt alive. One evening, it asked the farmer, Master, will my crack ever be fixed? The farmer touched it gently and smiled. Some cracks are not meant to be fixed. They are meant to be used. The pot closed its eyes and smiled. 1 month later, a new pot arrived. It was shiny, clean, and confident. When it saw the broken pot, it laughed. You have a crack, the new pot said. You are not perfect. The broken pot did not get angry. Instead, it answered kindly, look at the path tomorrow morning. You will see. The next morning, the new pot saw the flowers smiling on the cracked pot's side. It felt amazed. You did this? The new pot asked. The broken pot nodded proudly. Yes, but you are damaged, the new pot said. The broken pot shook gently. Broken does not mean useless. Years passed, and the cracked pot continued to water flowers along the path. The farmer grew old. The pot became old too. One day, the farmer placed the pot gently on the ground. My old friend, he whispered, I am tired. I don't have the strength to fetch water anymore. The cracked pot was sad but understood. The farmer looked round him. The path was full of beautiful flowers. The village loved them. They decorated weddings. They made perfume. They attracted butterflies and birds. All this beauty, the farmer said, came from something broken. The pot felt proud. The farmer's son began using the pots, but he replaced the perfect pot because it developed cracks too. The broken pot wasn't alone anymore. Both pots dripped water now, and together they watered even more flowers. Sometimes you only understand others when you share the same pain. The cracked pot gently told the new pot, don't be sad. Your crack is a gift. Use it well. The new pot listened and slowly smiled. Word spread through the village. A wise woman heard the story and told everyone. We all have cracks. We all have weaknesses. But those weaknesses can bring beauty to others. People began to use their weaknesses to help others. A shy girl used her quiet nature to comfort sad friends. A boy with a small voice sang soft lullabies to babies. A man who once felt lonely started talking to elders who had no visitors. Everyone learned, your weakness can be someone else's strength. Many years later, the old farmer passed away peacefully. The whole village came to honor him. People brought flowers, the same flowers grown from the broken pot strips, and placed them around his grave. The cracked pot cried softly. You changed my life, it whispered. I thought I was worthless. I thought my crack made me weak. But you showed me that even broken things can create beauty. Spring arrived again. The cracked pot was placed on a high shelf where it could watch the path it once traveled every day. The flowers grew brighter than ever. Butterflies filled the air. Children played among the petals. The cracked pot smiled. It had changed the world in its own small way. It whispered to itself, "I am broken, and that is beautiful." 1. Everyone has weaknesses. No one is perfect. 2. Weaknesses can become strengths, if used wisely. 3. Don't be ashamed of your cracks. They can help others grow. 4. Broken things have stories, and stories create meaning. 5. You are useful, no matter what anyone says. Maybe right now you feel not good enough, you feel too shy, you feel weak, you feel different. But remember, your differences are your gifts. You are like the cracked pot, dripping kindness, softness, love, and beauty into the world. And someone out there needs exactly what you have. Repeat these sentences. My weakness can be my strength. I am useful. I don't need to be perfect. I can help others. I am worthy. Whenever life makes you feel broken, remember the flowers. Remember that your crack can change someone's life. You may not see it today, but one day you will look back and smile, just like the cracked pot. Keep going. You matter. You are enough.